Ever think you'd see the day there'd be a $100,000 Kia on the market in Australia? Well, that day could be coming soon with the all-new EV6 electric car. This particular one, it's more like $1 million worth of car because it's a late-stage prototype of Kia's first standalone EV model. You've probably seen ads for the EV6, which will arrive in a few different trim levels in the first part of 2022 and be followed by the flagship GT model late in the year or early in 2023. And while this car doesn't represent the production car we'll see in Australia, we figured we should show you around the car and tell you some of the things you ought to know. You can read all about the new EV6 at the CarsGuide site. And if you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description, down there, near the subscribe button and the bell icon. Hit it to stay up to date. The EV6 shares plenty with its cousin, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 electric car, which we've raved about as being a potential new benchmark for EVs in Australia. Now, there's a caveat to that. More expensive electric vehicles from Germany might be better in round terms, but the Ioniq 5 has impressed us because it is, for some at least, an attainable option at about $70,000 to $75,000 before on-road costs. But from sources we've spoken to, the Kia could come in considerably more expensive. We're talking up to $95,000 based on some dealer estimates. And that's before the top-spec performance-focused GT model arrives, which is the fastest Kia product to date. That spec is said to sprint from 0 to 100 in just 3.5 seconds. But the EV6 has a few tricks up its sleeve over the Ioniq 5. The Hyundai has a smaller battery pack. The current version has a 72.6 kilowatt-hour battery bank, while the Kia will launch with a larger 77.4 kilowatt-hour battery setup, which theoretically allows it more driving range. Hyundai is said to be planning to roll out the bigger battery for the Ioniq 5 soon. And like the Hyundai, the EV6 will be offered with the choice of rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And the EV6 GT has a higher output motor setup, with staggering power and torque outputs. We'll cover all the powertrain details when we get a chance to drive the EV6. And there's another important driving advantage that Kia could have over the Ioniq 5. It has an Australia-specific ride and handling tune. Kia Australia has employed the same team led by ride and handling engineer Graham Gambold, the man who's tuned more than 50 Kia models for local conditions over the past decade. And he's part of the reason the brand has shifted from an also-ran to a key player in the Aussie market. As you can see from the footage, the EV6 seems to hug the road.
Astonishing performance. I just love driving the car. It's a car that it just wants corners. Great car, best car we've ever made.
As in previous cases, the EV6 has been through dozens of specific tunes to find the right balance between comfort and control. Not to mention a duality between dynamic handling and day-to-day enjoyment. Sadly, we're not allowed to drive this car just yet, but we look forward to sharing our impressions with you in 2022 as to whether it is the best Kia ever made or not. What we can do is show you a look at the interior, which will differ depending on the grade you choose. The base model is more of a plush, understated vibe, while the GT line and GT models are predictably sportier in their styling. Suffice to say, there will be plenty of tech and equipment on board, with all the usual smarts you'd expect when it comes to storage too. That's a brief introduction to the Kia EV6 electric car, a vehicle that will no doubt set the trajectory for the Korean car company for the next decade. Be sure to stay tuned for our detailed review of the EV6 early in 2022, and let us know if there's anything in particular you want to find out about it in the comments. And if you're watching on YouTube, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe and the bell icon to keep up with all the latest car news and reviews. Thanks for watching.